Hey everyone! It's been quite a while. I have been back in Minnesota since mid-January, and if you can see behind me, we have one heck of a beautiful sunshiny day. The heck is it? March 3rd today? So I am at a National Wildlife Refuge not that far from where I live, and I'm taking my first spring walk. So I'm just going to take you along with me. Temperature is 48 degrees. That sun has got some power. I was feeling a bit lethargic, maybe even to the point of being depressed because northwestern Minnesota winter is really boring. It's cold. There's not really any big towns. There's nothing to do. Well, not nothing, but close to nothing. Nothing outdoor if you're in your 60s and you're not into downhill skiing or snowshoeing or snowmobiling or any of that. But now, let me tell you what. Give me some lakes, some ponds, some trees, a paved path, and I am in my element. Gosh, I'm just being revitalized as I walk, and I hope you feel that too if you're feeling weighed down by circumstances. I think for most of us, a lot of times it's people. And that's why I like to get out here and just get off the beaten path and get out here by myself. Now there are some rangers here. When I pulled up, there's definitely trucks here. A couple of other guests that I saw. I haven't seen them so far. Look at that now. Doesn't that look like a beaver? That looks like a beaver. Chewed that stick off if you're seeing it. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't that look like a beaver? Pretty sure. That'd be my guess. See what you find when you're outside? I'm not even a naturalist, for Pete's sakes. Well, amateurish. So I can see as we're walking here, we're coming up to maybe a little bit more snow on the path than I'd like. I wasn't really thinking it would be too much snow left, so I didn't wear my hiking boots, but hey, I will trudge through this with my tennis shoes and socks. Gosh, I love seeing that melt. Isn't this gorgeous, folks? Look at this swamp back here. Wildlife area. Maybe if I was totally 100% quiet, I'd even see a deer. But that's hard for me to do, especially when I'm feeling so. Feel the crunch, 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 crunch. So this snowpack is melting. But man, it's just a rays of those sunshines. Like 48 degrees. You can just stand here and soak up vitamin D. It's mostly my face, a little bit of my neck, a little bit of my wrists where I'm not wearing a light glove, but I'm in heaven with that sunshine, let me tell you. A few more weeks of this stuff. And boy, we'd all be happy campers in Minnesota, but typically in Minnesota, March can go either way. So while it's coming in on the warm side, well, there's some kind of a duck, or I would guess it's a wood duck house there perched up against that tree. Let's see, what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, March Madness here. Maybe it's all across the country, but I feel like we always hear about Minnesota, so it's like total basketball playoff time. Usually ends up giving us some kind of a crazy, crazy storm. I'm kind of watching the snow here, so if I see any critter prints. Not yet. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying walking with me. So nice out. I can just forget myself and get lost in this world. Totally. Just forget about it all. It's a little icier here than I had hoped, but I'll be careful. I don't need to fall and break a leg. It's not like I really told anyone where I'm going. Looks like we're coming to convergence of a trail. Listen to the bird. Pretty sure that's a chickadee. We used to say it was calling our dog's name. DJ, DJ. I will say this much, the chickadees have been going mad at our bird feeder. So maybe they're gonna, I don't think I'm going to take that trail. I'm going to stay on the Golden Pond Trail for a while, and if I'm not sure where I'm going, well, you know what? Best thing to do is just to turn around and go back the way you came. I think if I was a dog owner, I might want to bring my dog out here. They say to keep him on a leash, but this early in the year, I'm not sure if anybody would be bothered. This looks like a road up there. But guess what? We get to go around the corner here. And it looks like our path is all melted off. Lovely. Now, if we get lucky, and as I recall, there are benches along this path. Maybe overlooking the pond. We'll take a sit down and look at that water. Isn't that awesome? Can you see that? Glimmering across there, the way it's trickling. I hope you're catching that. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. A little bit of a breeze is hitting me now. Look at the color of that sky, folks. Wow. Man, I can't wait for these trees to bud. They're probably ready to burst forth themselves after a long winter. We had an incredibly cold February. I don't know, at least 7 days in the 20 belows. So everybody and everything is uplifted when we see the sun and the melt. Just the hue of the hill up into the trees is lovely, relaxing. Maybe I'll stop talking for a while so you guys can have some of my solitude. Sorry, I do hear a car. Okay, so there's some kind of critter out there because that's a pretty good size turd species. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to worry about it. More than enough. I'm sure there's some coyotes that are out here. I just gotta say, and then you go from the this to the evergreens in the background there. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Just takes my breath away. You know, I had wanted to do some hiking when I was out in California, but they sort of make you feel like it's not safe to do it on your own. And that's one thing I like about here is I don't feel unsafe. I'm not sure what all those little bird houses are. I probably should know, but you can see them in the field across the road there. And looks like our trail is going to take a turn here to the right. But I'm loving that it's, oh, it's a boardwalk. Cool. But there's no snow on it, so cooler. Yeah, we came from over there. I'm about to make some major changes in my life. And I've been sitting on the fence and I've been delaying it, hoping things would change, hoping thoughts would change, but it's just not happening. And to be quite honest, at my age, we don't get any do-overs. So while I'm still healthy, while I'm still able to be active, man, I'm going to go and do and see everything I possibly can. And not everybody is into that. Not everybody. I'm not an exercise freak or nothing like that. Don't run no marathons. But I don't mind challenging my heart and my legs. And doing things people think that maybe I shouldn't be doing at my age. So, yeah, then there's that. But I'm not ready to sit back in the rocking chair just yet. All right. Looks like our path sort of semi-converges with that road. Oh, yeah. This looks like some kind of a little river. Of course it is here. I'll show you. Let's see here. All right, yes. That's where I came from. Over there you can see the field office for this park. And now we see this little river here. Creek, river. I think it's too big for a creek. Here. Oh. And now over here they're calling it Sunset Lake. And what did I tell you, huh? I told you I thought that stick was chewed off by a beaver. And sure as shoot, here's the sign saying that they live here. And this is a Ducks Unlimited enhancement project. So if I get a chance to come out here again, maybe I'll see if there's a path that goes out to Sunset Lake, but I'm not sure there is. Oh, here's Golden Pond. Golden Pond on this side, Sunset Lake on the other. And this, my folks, is the road less traveled. The one we should all take. All right. Let's get back on our boardwalk and finish up our hike. Looks like somebody is fortunate enough to have a home out here. Although I always wanted to live in the country, it never seemed like it would ever come to fruition, and to date it hasn't. But those folks have a beautiful spot back there. All right, here's our trail, which looks like we got a little more snow than I planned on walking through, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Looks like maybe somebody came through here with a snowmobile. Yes, the snow is gone. Love it. Absolutely love it. Feeling really blessed. Since my Fitbit broke, I have kind of a, not the first, I think it's the third one that just kind of pooped out in less than a year, and I paid what I consider to be a reasonable, more than I normally would pay. So what I'm using now is under $50. I'm not sure how accurate it is. Look at that gnarly old oak tree there. I'm not sure it's very accurate. I don't believe it to be. Either that or I feel like my Fitbit's been lying to me all these years. So we're running parallel with another road here. Not for long, so that's cool. Check out that gnarly down tree. Pretty cool. So much in nature that if you just stop and take a look, you just start like, wow, what are the odds that I'd even run into that? Of course, not everybody thinks things are neat that I think are neat. Which most of my life I was one of the older of the children in the family, and maybe wasn't able to be a child as long as I'd like to. So for now, I guess the wonderment that I still experience in my 60s, I'm kind of happy about that. Well, let's see. Do we take the road that looks like it definitely goes up there, or do we? Of course, we're going to continue on. It's a little mucky here. We'll just get a few extra steps. There's another gnarly old tree. I'm not sure if that's an oak though, but I think a good Halloween tree. Yeah, I did feel like the sun's gone behind the clouds a bit, and it sure has, but let's see. They're not moving real quick, but hopefully it comes back out full tilt. Man, when I'm out here doing this, the rest of the world, all the junk that's going on right now here in the good old US of A can take a back burner. I tend to get a little bit maybe too riled up, but then I think of my younger self, and I didn't pay attention to what was going on in the world at all. So I guess I'm just lucky other people were watching out for me. Wow, looks like a long boardwalk over there. Maybe we're gonna get to take it. Neat. Just so you get the view on the other side too. Can't hear anything. That's what I find most amazing of all. Not a single solitary sound. So here is, what do we got here? Looks like the Sundew Bog Trail. Well, I don't know, folks. Are you up for it? You know I am, so onward, forward, ho. You know, I don't know if I shared on this channel before, but last fall I was driving along a 4-lane highway up here, and trying to cross the highway was a teenage moose. I don't know how else to refer to him, but I'll just call him a teenage moose. He had gangly long legs. He was running back and forth. He didn't know what to do with the cars. Some of the cars didn't see him. But this, folks, this is probably not that far south of the area I was driving when I saw him. So you just never know what you're going to see. Also, I recently found out that we had a couple of elk herds up in northwestern Minnesota that they're going to start banding and tracking and even chipping calves when they're born. So that was an interesting thing I never knew. That's why I say you never know what you're going to see out here. You just never know. At any rate, back to the teenage moose. And I'm sure there's a more proper vernacular or whatever for the age of the moose. But I did pull over and I did put on my flashers. And as soon as I did that, people coming from both directions knew something was happening that they needed to be aware of. And I don't know, between 4 to 6 of us cars made sure that young male or female moose did get across into a field safely. I felt good about that. I also felt so blessed to see him. Somewhere I probably still have that video, but I was so taken aback that I'm not a professional video person or a photographer, so I got so blown away and excited by the moment I forgot how to do it, what to do, how to drive my car, how to throw on the flashers and everything without putting myself in danger too. So it was not necessarily that great, but I got a glimpse of them. For folks. So when I get back home or later this week, maybe I'll go back through my videos and see if I can't find that and share it with you. You'll see how excitable I get. Not a good person to have in an emergency, at least not at the beginning. After the initial shock, yeah, then I'm okay, but not at the beginning. I don't know if I told you the name of this wildlife refuge center. It's called Rydell. Don't ask me why, but oftentimes as spring gets upon us now, there'll be more ducks and definitely mating geese that come here to hatch and raise their young. I've been out here for that. That's pretty fun. I've been out here when classes of grade school kids have come out and been treated to learning experiences by the staff here. I wish I could have done that, something like that when I was a kid, but we didn't have anything like that available to us. I notice the more I keep walking, the heavier my breath gets, but that's good. I'm getting my heart rate up. Not going to be any fast walking on this, but at least it's not mud. But it still does require an effort. Oh look, we got a little shelter up here, maybe a little picnic area. Sit down and take a drink of water. Let the sun shine on my face. I can't necessarily say there's any kind of a spectacular view from here. Anybody from Minnesota should know about poison ivy, but if you don't, look it up before you go tramping off the trail. Of course, poison ivy is not alive this time of year. It's more summer into fall. This refuge, any place to take a decent walk that isn't on the sidewalk in town or on the side of the road where there are cars flying by you at 55 miles an hour, is about 10 or 11 miles from my home. I can see somebody else has been out here. They've been walking to the side like I'm going to do because it's icy under that snow. Kind of a neat little, I don't know, little bog or of some sort. I don't really see a beaver lodge here, so can't say that it's for the beavers, but doesn't look to me like beavers did that. That looks to me like that tree just fell apart. Or the rangers are taking it apart and cleaning it up before it drops across the path. I have no idea which way we should be going. I just feel like we should be going this way. Oh, here. Just when you think you're worried about it, there's a sign. Thank you. Starting to hear a car too. Maybe when we get back to the visitor center, we'll take a little walk up on that deck they had, overlooking what I'm thinking was Golden Pond. So for you city dwellers, this is, I'm just going to say, way better than Central Park. First of all, I'm out here all by myself and I am not the least bit frightened. And where else can you have the whole park to yourself? Or the whole trail to yourself. I know there are people out here. This is not the kind of park where they allow you to camp or tent or spend the night in the parking lot. It's closed. It's closed at night. Which is a shame. But I imagine if you were a backpacker, you could figure out a way to sneak back somewhere and set up a little tent. I wouldn't probably have a fire. What do we got here? Oh, we're talking about the ruffed grouse. I have not heard a grouse on this walk. So, you can hear the flutter of their wings. It's, you can't miss it. It's a sound unlike any. Not startling, but you definitely know. Well, you see, here's another place where they have to do their work. They have to remove trees that fall across the trail, but we're headed this way. And it looks like we're going to get to go across the little, what are they calling this? Oh, monarchs, my favorite. Monarchs need milkweed and flower plants to complete their life cycle. I just finished an article about monarchs, so I'll be happy to come back here and I'll be happy to see them when they return. They're just, yeah, they're kind of like what I call my spirit or totem. I guess they're an insect, not an animal. But yeah, most of what I identify with is whenever I see the monarch flitting about, I always feel like that's Father God and Jesus just letting me know, hey, we got you. We're following you. You're okay. Enjoy all that we created for you here on this beautiful earth. And I do. I'm always so blessed to see them. You know, if there was a tour that followed them from Minnesota, they go way, way down into Mexico. I would love to do that. That would definitely be a bucket list thing. But being a Midwesterner, traveling down to a Mexican mountain range where they winter over is just, well, I'm not quite that brave. So, I'll just have to, I enjoy the National Geographic article and the pictures and magnificent grace and resiliency of the monarch. That's a goose. That's a good sign. That means spring is coming and they're coming back. I just want to see them flying. I thought I heard one earlier this morning. I'm certain it's not goose hunting season, so they wouldn't be calling for them. There's a couple things there that look like they could be deer tracks. Got them before they finished. Most of them are melted away, I guess. Got the sunshine back again. In pretty much full force. You know, with all the cuts to the park services. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to offer up some volunteer services. I guess it's a shame to see folks not being able to enjoy the parks like they'd like to every summer. We had some gigantic men who had the foresight to put these parks and land away for all future generations, and let's just hope that we can keep that going. That we never forget how blessed and fortunate we are to have those areas. I know there are kids who just have no choice. They grew up in the city. The city's all they know. But hopefully, look at how I step on this. You can see all the bubbles. Yeah, that's my childish, playful self again. And that there, folks, yep, that's Bigfoot. Sasquatch. I'm telling you, I got warmed up where I can almost unzip my down vest. Whew. It was 48 degrees, but I'm telling you, that sun is coming straight on you. It's a lot warmer than that. She's got some power. Well, we have to traverse a road here. Look at that melt. Isn't that something? Every little kid that I've ever known just loves that. Loves playing in running water. And especially when they don't have mud boots. At least we'll see if I can get across here without getting my own feet soaked. Or breaking a leg. See, there's another trail. There's like 3 or 4 trails. So I'll have other opportunities as it warms up to hit the trails. It's unfortunate these aren't for biking, because I love bike trails. Absolutely love them. But now I know we get another 45-degree day. I'll come out here and I'll try some other trails. So this is the view from the other side of Golden Pond. Remember I showed it to you across there, looking down a little river, a channel I guess between the 2 lakes. Careful there. I'm sure they don't lock the lodge or service building until much later in the afternoon, so if I fell and broke a leg now, they might not come looking for me right away. Oh, well, no worries. Here I am. This is right where I started. So let's take a walk and go up onto the viewing deck. I can see there's a park employee over there talking on his phone. Be a pretty cool job, because I really don't think this park ever gets all that busy. Oh, here it is. Glacial Ridge National Wildlife Refuge and Rydell National Wildlife Refuge. So, traveling through northwestern Minnesota, you need to take a break from driving. This isn't too far off a major highway. So, yeah, come on out and enjoy the view. Get yourself some nature. Grab yourself some peace and tranquility, just like I did today. Oh, they got some beautiful benches here. Even I would call it some sort of a binocular, but it's a magnifying glass. But what are we talking about here? Dobbler or diver. So there's some of the birds, duck species. Here we've got spring, the American redstart, summer, the mallard hen and ducklings, autumn, the white-tailed deer, and winter, the short-tailed weasel. And there, folks, is our beautiful golden pond. And we walked all the way around it. Thanks for joining me. Have yourself a fabulous day. Until next time.